Assalamu alaikum. Was it Isaac Newton, who discovered gravity, or even the first to properly describe it? Among the top results from a quick Google search is this BBC article clearly asserting Isaac Newton, the man who discovered gravity. Another among the top results is a Stanford paper claiming that only within the last 300 years did humanity begin to understand and realize what gravity was about, and that Greek philosophers thought the planets and stars were all part of the God's realm. They did not realize that gravity is involved, and that the Greeks' ideas stuck around until the 16th century. Again, this is very ethnocentric, and they completely disregard Islamic history. Here too, of course, Sir Isaac Newton is asserted as the discoverer of gravity. How was this done? Because he realized that some force must be acting on falling objects, and also otherwise the moon would simply fly away from the earth. At this stage, the average person has gotten their answer, but perhaps they want a bit more information. So they go to Wikipedia, and again, they get the impression that no Muslims were involved, and it moved from Aristotle to Galileo to Isaac Newton and then Albert Einstein as the key figures in these discoveries. Let's assume that our metaphoric average Joe is still not satisfied and was lucky enough to go scroll down the page and find this entry on the Islamic world. Unfortunately, here he would get the impression that only in the 11th century were Muslims involved in this, and it was Ibn Sina simply agreeing with the basic observation of Philoponus, who stated that the moved object acquires an inclination for the mover. But at least they did note that Ibn Sina added that the external forces such as air resistance do affect a moving projectile. The article then moves on to mention other Muslim scholars, again from the 11th century and also from the 12th century. All of this is in line with this narrative that it was the modern West who took the ideas of the ancients and developed them, then transferred this knowledge to the Muslim world, when in reality it's the exact opposite. It was the Muslims who preserved the knowledge of the ancients, developed it further, and added their own thoughts, insights, and discoveries, and this was transferred to the West. The aim here is not to undermine the accomplishments of Western scholars and their great achievements, but credit must be given where it is due. Long before Isaac Newton, and indeed long before Ibn Sina, we had Abu al-Qasim عبيد الله ابن عبد الله.
أول من قال بالجاذبية الأرضية قال أبو القاسم عبيد الله بن عبد الله بن خرداذبة المتوفى سنة 280 هجرية في كتابه المسالك والممالك صفحة 4. صفة الأرض سنة 280 توفى. صفة الأرض أنها مدورة كتدوير الكرة موضوعة في جوف الفلك كالمحة في جوف البيضة، والنسيم حول الأرض جاذب لها من جميع جوانبها إلى الفلك، وبنية الخلق على الأرض أن النسيم جاذب لما في أبدانهم من الخفة، والأرض جاذبة لما في أبدانهم من الثقل، لأن الأرض بمنزلة الحجر الذي يجتذبه الحديد، يعني المغناطيس. فإذا قول أن نيوتن هو أول من قال بالجاذبية ليس صحيحا. أول من اكتشف الجاذبية الأرضية المسلمون، ولكن هو وضع القوانين، قوانين الجاذبية الثلاثة المعروفة.
It could of course be argued that even before this, that others too have noted gravity, but often this was in very vague terms, the oldest of which seems to be by Brahmagupta II, who said, "A body falls towards the earth as it is the nature of the earth to attract bodies." While indeed this is a rather vague statement, the point is that Isaac Newton was not the first person to discover gravity, and that early Islamic history and scholars have been largely dismissed. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe, and until next time, Assalamu alaikum.